So the name of this poem, and it is something that I wrote especially for all of you in the house today, and I want to first dedicate it to Dr. Hollis, whom I have so much respect for, and to the children who are honored by this wonderful, wonderful organization. It is called Children Come. It is Kairos time. Children come. I must tell you these words before the utterings of those who are so far removed from the whispers of the angels. Fill your minds with the dust and the dullness of an unlived life. Before the habits of those who no longer look forward to the great possibilities of what can be, encourage you to believe that tomorrow is nothing more than the next day. Before those who live in fear that the great light of possibilities will expose their dwelling in the darkness that they have come to believe is their calling. I must tell you, you are not someone to exist here or there, wandering aimlessly like debris blown through the air. Life does not simply take place, for where you stand right now is a sacred space. Yes, you are the only you to behold. Your presence, your mind, your conscience, your soul. It is within these vessels that God's guidance unfolds. Will you capture his message? Will you hold it dear? Will you recognize the power of the words, I am here? Children, come. I must share this revelation before the enemy makes you believe you are here only by chance, here by some fluke of happenstance, to simply blend into a massive crowd and exist, to simply do something less than your right to live. Before the enemy makes you believe your time here is nothing more than that dash between your first and your final year. Before the enemy extinguishes your fire, children, learn now that the enemy is a liar. I must share with you the good message speaks to you as one, for his message is different for each daughter and each son. My child, his gift to you is for you and for no other, not for your sister nor for your brother. When you were given to this earth, when you made your start, you came with his hand placed upon your heart. That's why it beats so when you live your life's purpose. Yes, in his quiet way, to each, he is urging us to live your calling, your destiny. My calling is not for you, and your calling is not for me. Will you awaken to your promise? Will you create your plan and do? Will you bring to life the greatness that is destined of you? Children, come. I must warn you of this truth. Before the ones who live only by envy spend all of their energy scheming to wear you down and coax you away from where you should be. Before the ones who are consumed by their own fears, the same ones who seem to do nothing but bring down their peers, weakening and turning them away from the dreams they once dared. Before those who are only comforted by co-misery, those who cannot cure their own agony, work to bring you down beside them, which would be their victory. I must warn you that There will be those who try to teach you to remain in your place. It may be based on your gender. It may be based on your race. Some small-minded person who cannot bear your success. Someone who has forgotten the power of what it means to be blessed. The heart no longer beats of joy deep within their chests. Yes, these unfortunates are the kind who will spend every effort to reach deep into your mind, to erase the gift that you were given as a small child. Will you be able to stay strong and stand? Will you remember that you have the power to remember you can face any situation and proudly say, I am? So speak to me, young children. I want to hear. Will you leave behind the gossip, the temptations, and the noise? Will you be still and hear your spirit's voice? Will you align your possibilities with your plan and your plan to your deeds? Will you grow the garden of your life from the very small seeds that He gave you to nurture and reap the gifts to be sowed? Will you build yourself up and claim the joy that you are owed? Will you refuse to be bogged down with debt and with doubt? Will you refuse to stop moving on your God-given route? Will you stomp down on any evil that stands in your way? Will you keep yourself strong by taking your moment to pray? Because if you can do all, child, then you may begin your climb. It is you time. It is due time. It is Kairos time. Amen. Thank you.